YouTube, welcome back to better video. Welcome back to the channel, man. So man, we're back here on Leigh-Anne's documentary Race, Pop, and Power. We're gonna pick it up right where we left off, which was like at 21 minutes, but I reversed the bat like 7 seconds ago, if you want to be all technical, so that way we could just kind of glide on into where we first left off. So man, we are gonna go ahead and get straight into this thing, but if you guys are new to the channel, man, consider hitting that subscribe button down below on the way to 15,000 subscribers. Other than that though, hey, let's check it out, man.
Today I'm back in the studio to record my parts for our 6th album.
Okie dokie. Right, do you want to do the harmonies first?
I just want to make sure we got all
Oh, they record on Zoom.
Yeah. Trust me, my love. Won't let you down.
Yo!
That's dope.
Love that last line. That was so good.
She got the vocals, for sure, for sure.
Since posting my Insta video, loads of different people have been getting in touch.
Keisha from the Sugar Babes sent me a voice note.
Hey sis, I just want to say I'm super proud of you. You're an inspiration for your fans. You're an inspiration for me also.
I'm getting messages from others in the music industry every day, especially from fellow black women.
I want people to see me for me and then make a judgment on that and not...
Many of them have been speaking out as well.
That's dope.
I want to hear their experiences face to face to help decide how I can use my platform in this fight. As well as Keisha from the Sugar Babes, I've invited Alexandra Burke, who also made an Insta video.
And I got told, right, you can't have braids, you can't have an afro, you can't have anything that basically is my identity.
R&B soul artist Neo.
I hadn't really seen someone that looked like me.
And singer-songwriter Ray, whose video of a black friend being refused entry to a restaurant went viral.
You let my white friend in, and you don't let my black friend in.
But they still doing that in today? How, bro? Like,
A restaurant went viral.
You let my white friend in, and you don't let my black friend in. It's racist.
that's happening today?
I just want to
That's
start by saying thank you
jacked
so much for being here and hopefully being open and honest, talking about your experiences. Like, it's just amazing that we can all get into this room, and I feel like I'm in the presence of greatness just saying. But yeah, thank you for being here. I've been in my group for like 9 years, and for so long I thought, people would say to me, it's in your head, and I started to think, okay, maybe it is. So maybe I'll do whatever I can to improve my vocals. I'll make sure I speak more in interviews. Do whatever I have to do to better myself, because whatever's going on now, it's not good enough. Right. So I need to be better. And then it still wasn't enough. Why do I feel like invisible? Why do I feel like the least favored, the least desired? Like, I just want to know, like, is that racist, or like, is it in my head?
Well, it's obviously not. Some people don't realise that they are being racist, and I think that people don't realise that they have like racist thoughts or ideas, but like they've been conditioned to be like, well, black isn't beautiful, or that person's not really like given much to this scenario, so I'm just going to ignore them. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's unconscious, and for the most part, it's not intentional. It's just what we've all been taught. Racism is such a horrible word. Nobody wants to think they're racist. And it does take like...
Nah, dead serious, bro. You gotta listen out on me on this, bro. So, okay, here's the thing, right? We bleed the same blood, right? Same, you know what I'm saying? It's red on the inside, okay? But racism isn't a touchy topic if you're not racist. I mean, hold up. Racism, yeah. So if you, okay, so when people always talk about racism, right? You know, the people who are racist, you see they get super mad when you talk about that stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? Them not being mad about it, they're just trying to see, you know, what's the thing. But if you actually go to a racist person and talk to them about that stuff, bro, they're mad as pissed, bro, because they are racist themselves. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a touchy topic unless you're racist, bro.
You know, people to kind of like look into themselves and just be like, actually, I have thought that, you know.
How do we play our part to change this? Like, sometimes you feel like you can't speak about these things.
It's very British, though. We're taught not to talk about it. It's like it's something. It's such a taboo subject. People are afraid to admit that they've done something that is considered racism, and you may not have meant it. Okay, like I know there's not all bad in people. I really believe that everyone's got good in them. Like I remember when my mum used to take me to certain management companies, I won't name them now because they're still friends and that's all good and it's all love. But when I was 15, they told me and said, we've got one black person, we can't have another. And I got that a couple of times.
Real?
And one thing that's like actually comes to my head right now is being told to bleach my skin. Being told that I'm too dark to be in the industry. I'm going cold talking about it because I really actually don't like talking about it. You need to bleach your skin because you won't sell any records. That's what's so fucked up about this industry, and that's what makes me feel at times where I go, I don't want to be in this industry. You know, they took my confidence away so much that I couldn't be me.
By the way, brown-skinned girls black girls can sell records. Yeah. That's because it's been proven.
Yes.
They're kind of being brainwashed to think, no, this is what works. And it's like, so we're just going to ignore Lauryn Hill or Mary J. Blige. Or,
and then when they sell records, they pissed off. They talking about they either cheated the record. I mean, they either cheated the billboards or they botted up their listeners. They be doing that jump, bro. It's crazy.
Oh, we're just going to pretend that whole era didn't happen. No. We're all amazing, different shades. I wasn't planning to say this, but when I was about to exit the group Sugar Babes, I don't know if many people know, but I didn't actually leave. I was replaced while still being like in the band.
Didn't know that.
And I remember being sat down and I was basically told, you know, this person feels bullied, that one there feels bullied, this one. And I was like, I was giving that one a foot massage legit like the day before. You know, if I had an opinion, you know, it was very much like, okay, you're being a bully. And that was the word. That whole situation changed the course of my life. Wow. It affected me emotionally, mentally, financially. I have like confidence issues and just feeling like the whole time, like I couldn't have an opinion in the workplace. And it's taken me years to recover and I'm still in the process with therapy and things like that.
Actually, it's funny because if you see an independent, strong black woman, all of a sudden you are an aggressive woman, you're overconfident and nobody wants to talk to you. And I know so many women within this industry who are writers, producers, go through the same thing.
Do you feel like if I was dark-skinned, I'd be in Little Mix?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because you're right in the middle of pop music. You are in a as white as it gets environment. Because I visually don't look black, I can hide it. And I've been hiding it. Subconsciously, when people know me now and look up my songs now, I make dance music. But when I signed my record deal, I was an R&B artist. I used to make beats. I used to sing 4-part harmonies. I grew up in church. I was so connected to my black culture and my heritage, and I was so excited to put music out, and I was told, no, this isn't gonna work. It's not, there's no place for it. It won't work. You can't do that. You have to embrace the white in you, suppress the black in you. And that's how I felt. It's a tricky thing to even say out loud because I'm grateful for that opportunity, but the fact is, I felt like I didn't have a choice.
Do you know what the tricky thing is as well? You know, to answer your question, I feel like you definitely, if they were looking for a minority, they were looking for a minority to be in it to sell records because you know what, let's be honest with you, it makes it a little bit more cooler. Do you know what I mean? So I think if you had like a couple of white managers like in a room and they wanted to throw someone of color in, of course, being mixed race, the more you look like a white person is more acceptable, palatable. I don't know if this is a compliment or not, but you were chosen for your blackness.
Do you feel that way?
I'm still kind of like struggling to talk about it in general.
Okay.
So the fact that it comes down to the token black girl, like you do see it in other girl bands, like it's kind of like a sort of, not a trend, but it's happened so often.
I feel like today was like a bit of therapy. Like I think everyone kind of just was so open.
Talks like this make
The things that
situations
Alex
better.
had to go through. And Keisha, I'm shocked. It makes me think more into the fact that there are so few dark-skinned females right now in the music industry. What is it about dark-skinned women that they don't deem it to be marketable? It really does make me think, like, if I was some shades darker, would I be sat here right now? Like, I don't know.
Discrimination against people with darker skin, especially within the same ethnic group, is called colorism. There's a lot of discussion about it within the black community.
Why is it that the lighter you are, the easier it is for you to get a job?
The lighter you are, the more beautiful you are. This is a narrative.
Lighter skinned people are put higher than darker skinned people, period.
Babe, can you feed the dog before you go, please? Andre and I had only been going out for a couple of months when some offensive tweets he'd written years before we met were picked up by the press.
Dang, it's like burnt to... Oh, jump. Levity. Black girls with red lipstick is like burnt toast with jam on it. So he tweeted out some... Bruh, come on, bruh. Why he tweet that out, bruh? 2012, though. But still, though, come on, bruh. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you can't... Like, I'm telling you, bruh. A bad tweet... Okay, so you guys know The Flash. Like, if you guys know The Flash, it was like a big TV show. It still is, but I just don't watch it no more because it got super trash after, like, season 4 or season 5. One of those, right? But there was one guy on there... Ralph Dibny, if you guys know him, he's like the Elastic character. He got fired off of the show because they found like some bad tweets that he did. Even after he recorded like 2 seasons with him, he still had to be let go. You know what I'm saying? Even though that they found it, so the tweets were still up all the time that it was on the show. But when they found out, they still fired him, even though it was years before he was even filming with him and all that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that junk really is a thing. Like, you got to be careful what you put out on the media because I promise you it'll prevent you from getting a job like later on. So got to watch out for that, for sure, for sure. And like
he
got
wrote them 8 years ago, and I know now that those tweets were a blatant example of colorism.
Dang, even her boyfriend.
I will never know what it feels like to be
Whoa,
a dark...
black girl's feet are dry and crusty, man. KMT. Kill myself talking. What KMT? Meaning text. Oh shit. Come on, bruh. Oh no. Text. Kiss my teeth. Crusty man, kiss my teeth. What?
Dark-skinned woman, but seeing those tweets really made me feel a bit sick. And I was really upset because I was just like, who is this person? Like, this is horrible.
And I bet she got loud with him.
When they surfaced, my heart sank. So I was just like, that is not the person that I met. It sounds like a child, like a silly child. Like,
this is what happens when your kids are not. You do become a product of your environment. So whatever you are around every day, and you're not educated on it or exposed to why it's wrong or whatever, then it kind of sticks.
but still though, to have those views at that time.
There's no excuse at all. When it all came out and stuff, like, so obviously I was embarrassed, ashamed, disappointed. Same time I had to be a man about it. I've made that mistake and I've learned and I've educated myself and grew up to understand how offensive and how wrong it was, what I did. I didn't even understand racism.
And see, what's crazy is it's like he could have lost his whole job in the FIFA sports, the soccer sports he played. So, I'm telling you, bro, on something you did earlier, you know what I'm saying? So you got to know, like, you talking too much on the media sometimes. You know, you got to know when to hang that junk up. But obviously he was younger and junk, but still though, like, that junk catch up to you. That man ain't used to look at black girls the same. Ain't that crazy? Dang, bro.
Really, when I was young, we all used to diss each other and whatever. There's never obviously any malice in it, but again, it's not obviously an excuse in it. And being from a Jamaican heritage, it's a tough one. I think it's maybe a bit of self-hate, whatever.
Well, at the time, for yourself?
Nah, I think it was a black thing. I think it happens now, still in Jamaica. People don't want to be dark-skinned in Jamaica a lot of the time. There's a lot of bleaching and whatever going on, and it's not cool to be. It's cool to be lighter. You pick up on these things as well. You know what I mean? Maybe it was easy for a light-skinned person like myself to joke about it.
Because it's like, how would you feel if someone said that about, I don't know, like your cousin, your auntie, or like, I don't know, we could have a child and it come out darker than us. Like, you just don't know, do you? Like, that sort of view on dark-skinned women especially, there is a lot of anger and there is a lot of, a bit like, I'd say trauma. Because those views that you might have had back then, like, adds to the way that dark-skinned women are viewed. This whole thing about light-skinned girls being prettier or whatever. It's almost like people probably are being conditioned to think that, because you're seeing it everywhere. You're hearing it in music. You're seeing it in magazines. Don't you feel there's something in that? The more you see something, the more you hear something, that's just what you know and what you think. And dark-skinned people are just not represented enough.
I feel like at every point, I'm just noticing so much more now. The other week when I went in for work, 2 days in a row, I was doing shoots and I walked in and there wasn't one person of colour working on the team. And I'm just like, I would never have noticed that before, but it baffled me.
Because it's not right. It shouldn't be predominantly white when the music industry is fueled by hip-hop and R&B.
High key. We do come up with a lot, though.
I'm not where I am today.
We do come up with a lot.
To do nothing about this.
Well, we're joined now by Little Mix's Leigh-Anne Pinnock.
This is the first time in my life that the whole world is speaking about racism. We need to talk about it, and there needs to be a change because we can't go on like this anymore.
Treat this as a conversation. Say that back in the day.
You cannot say that now. What makes a black person?
Exactly.
Like, how do you act black?
Hi, Leigh-Anne. Thanks for taking the time. I know it's late over in the UK, so...
That's all right. The industry needs to be more diverse because I don't see enough people that look like me.
Since I've started speaking out, my fans have been amazing. But not everyone has been quite so supportive.
What about Little Mix? All jumping on your little virtue signalling bandwagon. Bullshit!
Especially since news of the documentary hit the press.
Just wanting to show yourself with a little BLM sign.
Social media is so toxic. Like, it does my head in. There's already two types of criticism. I see that this woman who has made millions from dancing in her pants wants to jump on the victim bandwagon. This is...
And see, hold up, bro. That's the main problem right there. All the people that talk all this shit on the media is literally behind burner accounts, bro. Not they real accounts. They all behind burner accounts almost every single time.
This is obviously going to be some people's reaction because they do not want to understand racism. They don't care about racism. They never have and they never will. And that is one type of person. I'm not doing it for people like that. Because I'm never going to change them. I'm not going to change her mindset. She's made up already. But then there's also a lot of criticism about me being light-skinned from the black community, and that hurts more. Why not a full black person confused? Maybe should have used someone who isn't partly idolised because she's light-skinned. I don't know, just a thought. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to read. Wanting to do something good and then seeing or like hearing that there's been a massive uproar because I'm not actually fully black, and it's like you start thinking, like, am I the right person for this? Like, are my experiences just not valid? Like, just because I'm a bit lighter. It's just
getting heavy, man.
I've not dealt with these kind of comments before. They're much more personal than I'm used to. And it's really knocked me. Now I'm questioning, am I the right person to make this film? However, what I've experienced is nothing compared to what some black people in the public eye have to deal with. Like MP Dawn Butler.
Will the minister inform the House whether her government is institutionally racist or just doesn't care?
She suffered horrendous abuse as a result of standing up for non-white people in the UK. She's got in touch and I'm meeting her in a local cafe in her Brent constituency.
Cup of tea?
Cute. Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
One, actually. We go into your offices at all today?
No, this is actually where I'm probably going to have some surgeries because I've had to close my office because of the racism.
For real?
Wow. So, I know. I was getting calls at 3 o'clock in the morning, abusive answer phone messages. I was attacked on the train. That was horrific. And one day I turned up and my staff had bought themselves a stab vest.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's so mad. Like, obviously being in the pop industry and like opening myself up to scrutiny, like social media, trolls, whatever, the level that you face is like, how do you deal with that?
I know. So first of all, I'm going to say well done. Like, well done for actually speaking out and deciding that you're not going to keep quiet. You know, you've used your platform and your privilege to do that.
Yeah.
Some people take their privilege and run away with it and never look back. But how do you cope? It depends on the day, right? Like some days you just want to cuss really hard. And then some days you think, right, okay, I'm going to educate you in terms of what you're doing. People are just blatant racist. If they had something to offer, they wouldn't want to try and take you down.
Yeah.
Or try and criticise you.
I just feel like I've kind of, like my heart is on the line now and there's no going back and it's like, I'm almost scared.
Don't get me wrong, it is scary, but you just got to remember all the lives that you're changing. You've got to remember all the young women that are looking up to you thinking, oh my God, she's spoken out. So everyone needs to sort of ask themselves, when the history book's written, what's going to be said beside your name?
Yeah.
Divine intervention. Jehovah walked. All right, man. We're gonna stop it right there. We're gonna finish this thing out tomorrow. Matter of fact, let's get to 40 minutes. 40 minutes
I can't believe what Dawn's been through. She's reminded me how serious things can get for people in the spotlight, but totally inspired me to carry on. No matter what happens, I'm gonna keep speaking out.
So I'm on my way to go and meet the lovely ladies that I met at the march.
So why are you girls here today?
They were so interesting, we had such a good conversation. And little did I know they actually have their own podcast called The Trilly Trio.
Today, the girls have invited me to be a guest on their podcast.
A little bit lightheaded. Don't know why.
They talked about how...
All right, man, we're going to leave right there, bro. I will catch you guys in part 3. Part 3, we're going to finish this thing out. But, hey, it's pretty dope, though. When the lady was like, you know, it is scary, but, you know, think about how many lives you're changing. Just like how MLK was, you know, Martin Luther King, even though he did pass away, rest in peace to him, but he fought for us, man, and I thank him you know, like, I don't think I'm like, I don't wake up and be like, okay, thank you, Martin Luther King every day, but, like, I do thank him for doing that type of stuff, bro, because it really takes somebody with bravery to do that, for sure. You know what's about that's going to do it for the reaction, man. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys hit the like button down below. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button down below as well. On the way to 15,000 subscribers. Other than that, though, hey, spitball quality care I'm about to stand. Peace out. Love you guys.